Hello, I'm Wode, and a few months ago I saw someone showcase a solo D&D rulebook, and I've been trying some games here and there to give it a look. I would like to also apologize for this recording, for I am a bit under the weather. I've got a minor head cold, and it has me coughing and sniffling a lot. But don't worry, I'm cutting them out of the recording. Using the solo D&D rulebooks, I have decided to try to record a DMless game using the recently released Tyranny of Dragons that makes the campaigns Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat into a more streamlined game. I'll give this a few sessions, and if I like it, maybe I'll complete the whole module. For now, let me introduce our characters. I'll note that I'm using as many 1D&D rules as I can, and as many as I can remember. There's a lot of them, so I'm still getting used to it. Our first character, made by my friend Gob, I'll start with Linksaka Syndalore Aragrak, a Dragonborn fighter designed to be a Psi warrior at level 3. He's a Sapphire Dragonborn that used to be a mercenary and inheritor of the group the Thundering Thunder from his father. He left the troop to his friend to seek out his own legend. Alone and with the world in front of him, he made a name in Chult, where he adopted a lone raptor egg before returning to Baldur's Gate to seek some more controlled work. Now he and his animal companion Relit have agreed to protect a caravan heading to a remote settlement in search of his next adventure. Next in the list is Clara, made by another friend of mine I'll call Velvet here. Clara Time is a satyr bard that seeks to make a story for all of the world to read and see. She's one for merriment and for spreading joy to those she feels needs it. In her travels, she earned a pot of awakening, in which she planted one of her favorite flowers, a rose. The rose bush would eventually grow to a larger than average size, and before she knew it, the rose bush began to walk and even show an affinity for magic. Clara would name the rose bush Rosalina, and teach the shy bush about how to interact with the world. Due to Rosalina's steaming anxiety around cities, Clara would take it to a faraway settlement and joined a caravan leading to just the right place. And now we get to my character, Skolwald. Skolwald was born to a traditional Orcish tribe to a werebear mother. Though he seemed to have lacked a lot of Grumsh's blessings in the terms of he did not feel anger and he did not have a desire to fight recklessly. Seen as a weakness, he was exiled from the tribe as soon as they were able and left him to die in the wilderness. In the wilderness, he found a blessing of Luthik as a brown bear found him and instead of eating him, decided to take care of him. The mother bear nurtured and warmed him enough for him to begin to make his own way. Once he came of age to leave on his own, Luthik found him worthy of taking one of the bear's cubs as a companion. Naming the bear cub Cayman, Skolwald managed to make his way to a human settlement called Neverwinter. He made his life there as a hunter, providing meat and pelts. After some time, he began to show signs of his lycanthropy with golden yellow eyes and long black claws. Deciding to take control of this curse before the curse took control of him, he set out. And that is where he ran into the caravan. So here we have the party that I am running with through this module and maybe other modules because my friends and I made them with love. We have 3 players and 3 sidekicks and a nice, easy to follow module for solo D&D. Next is the homebrew rules to DM with, so no one gets confused on why I got a +2 here or why Aragrak's had 2 characters with 1 attack action. Here we see the list of rules I've written down. They're easy and quick, so here we go. Starting off, flanking. Basically, if 2 people are next to the same target, they get a +1 to attack rolls, and if they are on counter sides, they get a +2. It feels more balanced than average and motivates people to work together. Also motivates them to move around the map some to try to get that sweet +2. Natural ones. If someone rolls a nat 1, the next attack roll against them has advantage. Easy. A lot of people like to use critical fail tables or ignore it. I wanted to create a consequence for nat 1s without slowing down the game. Next is one that I took from Baldur's Gate 3. If you are 10 feet above or below the enemy and attack, the attack roll gets a +2 or a -2. This only works with weapons that have either the reach property or ranged attacks, such as spells and or bows and crossbows. Taken from D&D shorts, this one makes going down a punishment and puts an importance on healing to prevent people from going down to begin with. I personally enjoy a bit of grittiness to my game when both playing and DMing. I like it when actions have consequences, and if you're negligent, your character starts to get punished for them. As such, every time you go to 0 HP and are knocked unconscious, but are not killed outright, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. And then adding on to that is the 1 D&D rule sets for exhaustion, where every level of exhaustion gives you -1 to attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, and spell save DC. If you get to a -10, you die outright. Potions! We use this rule in the Adventures by Gaslight game. You can bonus action drink a potion. This is just good. Every game should have bonus action potion drink, but you can also, as an action, drink a potion to automatically gain the full healing that the potion allows. For example, a regular potion of healing heals for 2d4 plus 2. Action, drink it, you just get 10 hit points. You don't need to roll for it. Bonus action, you roll those 2d4 plus 2. Next is calling your shots. It bugs me in games when people will do Magic Missile or Scorching Ray or 5th level Eldritch Blast and only roll 1 at a time, check the damage, and decide if they want to put the other hits into the same target. It should always be a commitment to use these abilities. So in my game, if you have multi-target abilities, they must all be called before you roll to hit or damage. Same with extra attack, rolling all of your hits against a target and it dies. You cannot just decide to use your strike you already rolled for against another enemy. It honestly feels to me a lot like cheating, like how one will use digital dice to roll for perception when they're asked for stealth and be like, oh man, well I guess I'm gonna re-roll that into stealth instead of using the roll that they got. Lightning Bolt Bouncing. I saw this one in Critical Role Campaign 2 and liked it. If you cast Lightning Bolt, it'll bounce around until it reaches this 100-foot distance. Alternatively, if you are a sorcerer and you use Distance Spell to increase that range to 200 feet, it bounces for 200 feet. Intimidation, which can be used 2 different ways, but 1 D&D basically added these anyways as an influence action. Force someone to attack you or scare them from attacking you. If you force someone to attack you, they have disadvantage on attacking targets other than you, or if you scare them from attacking you, they have disadvantage on attacking you. Might as well be the dodge action, but hey, sometimes you don't have that opportunity. Finally, here are some martial maneuvers. Some borrowed by Baldur's Gate, some not. Basically, everyone gets a number of uses for these martial maneuvers equal to your proficiency modifier. And you can use any of these you want in any order, as long as you only do it twice per short rest. For example, at level 1, you get 2 uses because your proficiency bonus is +2. Therefore, with those 2 uses, you can either do 2 charges, or a charge and a cleave, or a charge and a hamstring shot, or a cleave and a mobile shot, or whatever. But you can only do it twice per short rest. And that's all I have planned for the game. Characters, rules, and the setting we're going to be using for this. I hope to see you all soon with my session 1.